It's 2 a.m. The lights are out, your phone is charging, and the world outside your window has finally fallen into a deep, heavy silence. You're exhausted. You've been waiting for this moment all day, the moment you can finally close your eyes and rest. But as soon as your head hits the pillow, something strange happens. The silence isn't peaceful. It's actually loud. It's deafening. Suddenly, your brain decides it's the perfect time to replay that awkward conversation you had 3 years ago. Or it starts listing every single task you haven't finished yet. The quiet room starts to feel like an empty stage, and your thoughts are the only performers screaming for your attention. So, what do? You reach for your phone. You find that one YouTube video you've watched a dozen times, or that sitcom where you already know every punchline. You press play, adjust the volume to a low hum, and finally, you feel your muscles relax. You can finally breathe. You can finally sleep. If this sounds like your nightly ritual, you're not alone. And more importantly, there's nothing wrong with you. Welcome to the Mind Echoes, where we listen to the hidden reasons behind why we do what we do. Common wisdom tells us that the perfect sleep environment should be a dark, silent sanctuary. But for many of us, silence doesn't feel like a sanctuary. It feels like a void. People might call it bad sleep hygiene, but they don't understand that for you, that background noise isn't a distraction. It's a lifeline. Before we dive into the why, let's take a moment to breathe. If you are someone who needs the TV on to sleep, you've probably felt a bit of guilt about it. Maybe you've tried to force yourself to sleep in the dark, only to find yourself more anxious than before. I want to tell you, your brain isn't broken. It's actually being very clever. For you, that background noise is a sound blanket. Just like a weighted blanket provides comfort to your body, these sounds provide comfort to your mind. It's a survival tool that tells your nervous system, it's okay, you're safe. You don't have to listen to the shadows anymore. Think of it like this. If your mind is a restless ocean, the silence is what lets the waves crash against your shore. But that low hum of a video, that's the lighthouse. It gives you something to focus on, so you don't get lost in the dark. Let's look deeper. Why does your mind specifically crave that sound? Usually it falls into one of these 4 patterns. Pattern 1, the mental mute button. Imagine your brain as a radio stuck on a channel you didn't choose, the Overthinking channel. It plays a highlights reel of your regrets and what-ifs. When you turn on a video, you aren't just watching a show, you are pressing a mute button on your own internal dialogue. The brain struggles to process 2 stories at once, so it chooses the easier one, the voice from the speakers. It's a way to drown out the stress of the day so your body can finally find the off switch. Pattern 2, the loneliness filler. In the quiet of the night, a house can feel much larger than it is. The loneliness filler is the gentle presence of another human voice. It's not that you're necessarily lonely in your life, but during that transition between awake and asleep, we're at our most vulnerable. A familiar voice creates a shared space, turning a lonely room into a lived-in home. Pattern 3, the sound shield. For some, silence feels like an invitation for danger. This often comes from a place of high anxiety or hypervigilance. The sound shield acts as a protective barrier. By controlling the noise in your room, you're making sure that no unexpected sounds can startle you. You are the architect of your own environment, creating a safe zone where nothing can sneak up on you. Pattern 4, the childhood anchor. Lastly, many of us are just chasing a ghost of a feeling. Maybe when you were a child, you fell asleep on the couch while your parents watched the news in the next room. That muffled sound of distant talking and light became your brain's definition of safety. Now, as an adult, you recreate that environment to tell your inner child that it's okay to let go and dream. So, what is it that you're truly seeking when you press play? Is it a way to silence the noise within? A way to feel less alone? Or a shield to keep the world away? Whatever your reason is, remember this: you aren't breaking the rules, you're simply listening to what your brain needs to feel safe. The goal isn't necessarily to force yourself into a silent room. The goal is to understand what that silence is trying to tell you during the day, so that by the time night falls, you can choose the noise out of love, not out of fear. People who need the TV to sleep aren't weak sleepers. They are people who have found a way to navigate their own complex minds, and that is something to be proud of. At the end of the day, whether you choose to sleep in total silence or with the soft hum of a screen, there is no right or wrong answer. You are simply choosing what feels best for you right now. Your brain is a masterpiece of survival. It always tries to find the most comfortable environment for you to rest. But we must remember that as humans, we are always evolving. Our minds are like a library, constantly adding new stories, instincts, and experiences as we grow older. Maybe for years, noise was your only comfort, but today, your inner self might be whispering for a bit of silence. Or perhaps you've always been a silent sleeper, but lately, a gentle voice in the background is exactly what you need to feel safe. It's okay to change. It's okay to let go of the labels we put on ourselves. The most important thing we can do is to listen. Start listening to the mechanics of your own mind. When we truly understand why we crave what we crave, we can begin to experiment. We can try to nudge our old habits, just a little bit at a time, not because we have to, but because we want to see what else might make us feel good. Because ultimately, what matters most isn't staying loyal to a habit or an old identity. What matters is the quality of your rest, the deep, restorative peace that allows you to wake up as the best version of yourself. So, as you lay your head down tonight, don't just reach for the remote out of habit. Pause for a second. Ask your mind, what do you truly need to feel safe tonight? You might be surprised to find that the answer has changed. How about you? Have you noticed your sleep needs changing over the years? Whether you sleep in silence or with a TV playing softly in the background, neither one is wrong. At some point in your life, your brain chose what felt safest, what felt most comforting, what allowed you to rest. And for a long time, that choice made sense. But we grow, we change. Our minds gather new experiences, new instincts, new needs. What helped you sleep years ago might not be what your mind needs today. And sometimes the opposite is also true. Someone who always needed silence may suddenly find comfort in sound. And someone who always needed noise may one day feel ready for quiet. The important part isn't defending the habit. It's learning to notice what your mind is asking for now, to gently listen, to understand your own patterns, and when it feels right, to slowly try something different. Because in the end, what matters most is not staying loyal to an old routine, but giving yourself the kind of rest your mind truly needs today. So, which one feels right for you now? Let me know in the comments. And if this kind of reflection speaks to you, you're always welcome here at the Mind Echoes.